Welcome. This is meditation yoga. So go ahead and just start a nice comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. Whether it's your legs crossed, you can take a leg to the side, your legs out in front of you. Just get nice and comfortable. We're just going to start rolling through the shoulders. Relax your eyes. Feel into your breath. Make little movements along the way that feel good. Feel into that breath. Notice wherever it's at today. And then as you feel guided, just reverse the rotation of your shoulder circles. And just loosening up through the spine. And stretch your arms out with your palms facing up. Feel nice and grounded through your seat bones. Take a moment to just ground into those seat bones. Lift through the crown of your head. Extend through your fingertips. Feel into your breath. And think about your intention for your practice today. Try to make that intention as clear as you can. The more details that you think about your intention, the more clear that you think about your intention, the more that you tell the universe what you really want so that it can bring to you what you want. Stay here another few breaths, breathing into that intention, grounding into the earth, lifting into the universe, centering into your heart. And on the next inhalation, inhale the arms all the way up. Palms touch at the top, deep breath in. On the exhalation, hold down, lift up into a tabletop position on the center of your mat. And just begin rounding and arcing. Move through your cat-cow. Make little movements along the way that feel good. Notice any resistance, any tension, where you might feel tightness. And breathe into it, stretch into it. Good, and next time you come into your rounded spine, stay here and just make little movements or big movements. Move around in your rounded spine. Breathe through it. And then when you're ready, just reverse the direction as you feel guided. Move through the shoulders, the hips. And find that neutral spine. Curl your toes to get back into a down dog. And just walk it out. Tuck that chin into your chest. Breathe. Open up through the shoulders, widen through the fingers. Straighten the back as best you can. If at any time you need to, you can always move into your child's pose. And then lower both knees down onto the ground. Relax your feet, point the toes. Widen your knees, stretch back in an extended arm, child's pose. Lower your forehead to the ground. Take a few deep breaths. And then take your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers, use a strap if you need to. Start bringing your arms up with those fingers interlaced. Your forehead can either press onto the mat or you can lift up the hips and press onto your crown of your head. So option to have the forehead with the arms lifted or the crown of your head with the arms lifted. Breathe. One more deep breath. On the exhalation, keep your arms behind you, but lift up your head so you're just onto your knees. And then just make little movements with the head side to side. Start bending your elbows and lengthening. Take a few bend and lengthens as you move your head side to side. Take your time just opening up through the shoulders, through the neck, through the heart. And the next time that your arms are long, try to keep them long, push your hips forward, take your arms back, lift up your chin. Stay here, breathe into your heart, 5 breaths. One more deep breath. On the exhalation, untangle your hands behind you. Place your hands right out in front and move back into your tabletop position and begin rounding and arcing. Moving through your cat-cow. Good, just make those movements along the way that feel good. And finding your rounded spine, stay here and sway around in that rounded spine. Drawing that belly in, move through the shoulders, the hips, tuck that chin into your chest. And when you're ready, just go the other way. And find that neutral rounded cat pose. Curl your toes, press into your downward facing dog. Tuck that chin into your chest. Start walking your dog again, but then this time, every time that you put a heel down, keep the heel down and do a little shifting side to side on whatever side that your heel is down. So if you're on your right side, stay there a moment. Wiggle into it. Left side, stay there a moment. Just little wiggles into it. So you can really feel through every side of your leg. Keep breathing. Good. 2 more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, lower those knees back down, cross your legs behind you so that you can bring your legs out in front. Shift to the center of your mat, come all the way down, find your block. Find your block along the way. Come all the way down, lift up your hips, place that block under your tailbone, and then just stay here a moment, feeling the gravity of the earth sink into the hips. Let your arms go long, palms facing up, relaxing into the ground, feeling into your breath. Okay, if you're feeling good, just stay here. Or if you want to take a wheel pose, take your hands next to your ears with your fingertips pointing towards your toes, and then lift up in toward your wheel pose. Or just stay in that supported bridge. Good, 5 breaths. Good, 1 more deep breath. On the exhalation, slowly lower down. Remove that block out of the way. Hug your knees into your chest. Gently rocking side to side, massage through your spine. And take your hands behind your knees, rock yourself up into a staff pose. Our legs are going to be nice and long. Hands come by your side. Press your hands onto the ground like you're trying to lift up your seat off of the ground. Maybe even make a few little movements. Lengthen through that spine. Stay here, breathe. Push your hands into the ground. If it feels good, lengthen your spine, little movements with the head side to side, or just stay with that straight spine. 2 more deep breaths. On the exhalation, tuck your chin into your chest, round through your spine, and then slowly sink like you're trying to first touch your nose toward your knees, and then just at your own comfort level, slowly just hug into your legs. So I want your back to round here. Sometimes we do the forward fold with our chin lifted, but here, let your back round. Since we just did that wheel pose, this is a counter stretch to that. If you want to, you can make little wiggles side to side to get deeper in towards your seat bones. Breathe. 5 more deep breaths. On the exhalation, walk your hands up your legs. Bend just your right leg. Right leg is going to bend. Start hugging that right leg. Hug it like it's an old friend, like you haven't seen it in a while. Give it a nice big hug. Breathe into it. And then slowly start shifting, looking over to the right side. Use your right hand behind you. Keep hugging this right leg with just your left arm now. And start looking behind you. Stretch even your eyeballs. Breathe. One more deep breath. And the exhalation slowly unwinds you. We're going to switch sides. Let that right leg lengthen. Bring the left knee in. Start hugging into it. Hug in toward that left side. And then at your own comfort, start looking behind you toward the left. Right arm is hugging that left leg. 5 deep breaths. And on the next exhalation, slowly release. So we're going to get ready for our meditation. If you have a blanket or sweater, you can put it on you. And then if you want to, you can sit onto a block or a pillow or lean up against a wall. Just get nice and comfortable. You also would have the option to lay down as long as your knees stay bent so you don't fall asleep. All right, so get nice and comfortable. Start making any little movements along the way that feel good. And we're going to wake up our energy centers, taking your meaty side of your pinky on your hands, pinky side of your hands, and just do a little karate chop. Waking up these energy centers. Breathe into it. Try to just notice any feelings, any thoughts that you might have. Your eyes can just be relaxed, a soft gaze, or close them. Take a few breaths here as we just karate chop into that meaty part of the pinky side of our hands. Just move through any feelings, any resistance. Try to just breathe into it. And the exhalation releases. And the inhalation accepts and acknowledges. And then now taking your dominant hand, whatever hand you write with, tap on the center of your forehead, right in between your eyebrows. And this is your giving hand, the hand that gives, the hand that you are dominant with is your giving hand, and your other hand is your receiving hand. So if you're right-handed, like most people, then that's your giving hand that you gift with. So we want to use that hand to send the energy into your forehead, into your third eye, into your intuition. Tapping, waking it up. Or maybe it's already awake. Maybe you're just kind of acknowledging it and giving it some intention. Breathe into that. Again, anything that comes to mind, just notice it, allow it, give it a purpose. And then you can either choose to let it go or it can stay. And now taking both hands, tap on your side eye, the temple, the peripheral vision. And then just this helps us remember that even though we can't see everything all at once, there is a lot to see. There's a bigger picture. There's always something more. If we take a step back, just acknowledging that bigger picture. Breathe into it. I just love knowing that there is more out there. There's more to see, more to learn, more to love, more to know. Now taking both hands, tap on your sinus area, on the side of your nose, right under your eyes. Breathe. Any stagnant energy, to just move through it, breathe through it. Two more deep breaths here. And now taking your dominant hand, tap under your nose, right above your lip. Breathe through any resistance. And now taking that dominant hand, tap on the tip of the chin. Try to remember your intention that you set at the beginning, your intention for your practice. Think of the details. How does it make you feel? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? And breathe into that intention. And now taking both hands, tap on those clavicle bones. So we're just gonna try to release out anything we're ready to just release, to let go of. And we're gonna do it with our breath. So take a big, deep breath all the way in. Try to fill that breath all the way deep down into the earth. Keep breathing. And then hold that breath and squeeze, squeeze, and release it with your breath. One more time. Inhale, big deep breath in. Keep inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Hold and squeeze all the way down deep into the pelvic floor. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1, and release. Now tapping under the arms. You can either cross your arms over or you can go same side, whatever is more comfortable for you. Loosening up all that extra resistance, just making room, let it flow, going with that flow. Take a few deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. And on the exhalation, moving up to the crown of our head, activating that crown chakra, the connectedness to the divine wisdom of the universe, all that is and ever was and will be. Breathe into it. And now taking your hands, just your fingertips are going to touch. And then bring your thumb to your heart center. Make any little last movements to feel comfortable. We only have about 2 or 3 more minutes of meditation. So just stay here, breathing. I want you to think of a number from 0 to 10. The first number that pops into your head from 0 to 10. And whatever that number is, imagine yourself as a child in that age. And then with you, yourself now as an adult, and your child self, you begin walking into a beautiful garden, the most beautiful garden that you've ever seen. Beautiful colors of green, pink, orange, yellow, red, blue, purple, white, beautiful colors all around you. The most beautiful flowers, fruits, vegetables, trees, smelling so wonderful, feeling so good. And you look at your child self and you ask your child self, what is it that you want? Listen. What is the child you want? And if you're a baby, maybe the child can't speak, but you'll get the feeling of what it is that your inner child wants. Now ask your inner child, how can I help you? Listen to the wants and needs of your inner child. And then looking at the inner child within, say, I love you. I'll always be here for you. You are a part of me. But right now, I must go. I'll come back again and visit another time. Thank you. And I love you. Just breathe into that feeling of loving your inner child, your now self, your future self, knowing that it's all connected. Just like the breath, air, sun, and the earth. Just remembering your intention for your practice today. Loving yourself, all parts of you. And on the next inhalation, inhale the arms all the way up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. One more time, up and around. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring it into your heart. Namaste.